At the end of day one, Christoph Snyders leads Ashley Haig-Smith by just over 3 seconds, almost a minute of the pace. Hans Hemmel from Namibia ahead of Craig Trott and Henk Lateghan, an amazing 5th overall. Mordan Jansen van Rensburg ahead of Guy Bottrell, a close battle there between the two of them. Roland Himmel, Clint Weston and Megan Verlaak in 10th. Day 2 now, we go to stage 5. It's the second stage of the day, through to 2 over 17 kilometers of gravel. And Christoph Snyders still in the lead, but he stretched that after stage 4 to 19.4 seconds.
Yes, he's driving very neat and tidy without power steering on this stage and taking it very cautiously over this jump. He would lose some time though because of the power steering through the stage.
I'm sure that would cost him some time. Hans Himmel, 3rd overall overnight, and he was also 3rd in the previous stage, in stage 4, but he would lose some time to drop to 4th overall.
Yeah, this is Ashley Haig-Smith carrying great speed over here, trying to keep up with Christoph Snyders and keeping him in his sights.
Currently in 2nd position overall by that margin of just over 19 seconds. And in fact, he would go faster, take this stage, go faster by just about 6 seconds.
This is Craig Trott, still keeping it consistent, ranking in 3 5th overall times, and on this stage a 4th.
Jansen van Rensburg now, 6th overnight, goes 5th fastest, but he remains 6th.
Yes, he looks a lot faster, but I think he loses time on corners.
Guy Bottrell, 7th overnight, and he dropped some time to Jansen van Rensburg, but he holds on to that 7th place.
And this is Clint Weston getting to grips with his Toyota, notching up a 3rd fastest time on the stage.
So Ashley Haig-Smith takes that stage by 6.2 seconds over Snyders, cutting down that gap to about 13 seconds, and the battle is on.
We missed the turning going towards the second stage of today, and we couldn't turn around, so we had to drive 15 k's in, find an off-road and come back. So we lost about 5 minutes of lateness.
We lost power steering in stage 4, the end of stage 4. So we drove the whole last stage without power steering. Luckily there was a lot of straights, so we didn't have to work too hard. But the guys fixed it now, so hopefully it will be okay now.
We just got a bit of an engine problem. There's a hell of a long straights, and my car's just not revving out, so I'm losing a lot of time down the straights. But you know, we've spent a lot of time working on the suspension. The car's handling very, very nicely. We just got to do a bit of work on the motor.
I only realised when we got to the end of the stage, when we stopped, and all the dust rushed into the car. And then I looked at the back, and I realised I didn't have a back windscreen. So yeah, I'm full of dust as well.
It's going good, you know, we're starting to have a few oopsies in the stage, you know, going off. But I think it's good we're finding the limits of the car. We battled in the first 2 rallies, but Rod and them did a very good job and fixing the car, you know. The power steering kept on coming off, but we've seemed to have solved that problem, so hopefully I can finish this rally.
Stage 7, Hans won over 22.93 kilometers of gravel. This is going to be a big challenge and a big water splash, of course. Big favourite there to the crowd that has gathered already. Schalk Burger and Armand de Tooy in the leading Class A7 Toyota Corolla, a man who played an integral part in making this event happen. Loves his rallying, also of course taking part in the African Rally Championship. When he gets the opportunity for local competition, he takes it. Here, however, our overall leaders, Christoph and Celeste Snyders, in their Volkswagen Polo, overall lead now by 13.2 seconds.
Yes, he's trying to get some time back for it. He lost the power steering problem in stage 5.
Handles that water splash pretty well. Hans Himmel in 4th position at this point overall.
Yes, driving very consistently and keeping it together.
And also keeping it together, Ashley Haig-Smith in 2nd position overall. In fact, the battle for the overall honours has become a 2-horse race between them and the Snyders.
Yes, he'd unfortunately lose a lot of time on the stage, with Christoph obviously coming out of the blocks and going for it.
Craig Trott in the Team Total Toyota Runex in 3rd position overall at the moment.
Taking that water splash very, very cautiously, to not suck water in.
And here, the star of the show, as far as I'm concerned, young Henk Lateghan, leading class is 1400. And in fact, he's challenging the top 5-6 overall.
Yes, and driving very, very well.
Amazing thing is that in between stages, his navigator has to get out because Henk is only 15 years old. He hasn't got a road driving license, but he's doing exceptionally well. This is Guy Bottrell, 7th overall at the moment, and he goes 3rd fastest in the stage.
Yes, his commitment shows, and I think his pairing with Schalk van Heerden is helping him a lot.
Young and old watching rally action. Mordan Jansen van Rensburg currently in 6th position overall, but a bad stage for him. He would lose about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
As we see Roland Himmel in 8th position overall and Clint Weston 9th overall. Guguzulu outside the top 10 and clearly struggling with that car.
Yes, I think his power problem is obviously causing him to go faster into the corners to keep his speed.
So Snyders takes it from Haig Smith and stretches his lead. One of the revelations of the season so far has been young Henk Lateghan, who has been giving a lot of people a lot to think about.
It's a great way to start getting into the sport, and from there on you can go to the higher classes. Speed's not as high, but it's still a lot of fun.
And how does Dad feel about the youngster's progress?
From the first day I drove with him, you could feel he's got very good balance. You know, he can really control the car without really thinking about it. So now, and we try to keep on teaching him to do the right lines and so on. So I think he's listening. Obviously, he's got a bit of a feel for it. Actually, I would like to watch him more. So maybe in a few years it's time to retire and let him continue.
Stage 9, a repeat of stage 7. It's called Hans 2, over 22.93 kilometers, all gravel. And the battle up front, really just between those two cars. This is Snyders leading by 34.9 seconds at this point.
Yes, and he'd lose 10 seconds on the stage. He was caught in Chad Lambert's dusts.
Hans Hemmel going well in 5th overall at this point. And then Ashley Haig Smith.
Going all out to try and catch Christoph asleep.
Well, he won't do that easily. This is Craig Trott in 3rd position, involved in a huge battle with Hans Hemmel. And Henk Lateghan now 8th overall, the only remaining car in S1400, as Ian Young has already retired in stage 8. Warner Janssen van Rensburg, 6th overall at this stage.
And this is Guy Bottrell battling with pace, using a standard engine on this event.
Currently in 7th position overall. 8th overall is Roland Hemmel. There are 3 Hemmel brothers from Namibia, and it's great to see them in action.
You see, he's got his boot open in case he gets a puncture.
Big air brake. Haig Smith takes that stage from Snyders by 9.7 seconds, but I fear it's too little, too late for him to challenge for the lead. Stage 10 now, Harum, 17.31 kilometers of gravel, the penultimate stage of the event. And will we see some kind of a sting in the tail, as we saw in the S2000 class in the penultimate stage? Not if he can help it at all. Christoph Snyders leading by just over 34 seconds at this point.
Yes, and nicely set up on that corner there.
He's got the hammer down. He certainly doesn't want to have that sting in the tail, and he sets the benchmark time of 13 minutes, 7.3 seconds. Who can beat him? Hans Hemmel is trying very hard.
Yes, he's holding his own and very cautiously approaches this water splash here and the following jumps. Seems like his car is a bit low there, bumping through.
Ashley Haig Smith currently in 2nd position overall. Remember, that's the time that he's got to aim at, 13 minutes, 7.3 seconds, if he's got any chance of changing the outcome of this rally. In fact, he goes 2.1 seconds slower. This is Craig Trott in 3rd position.
Yes, just holding his position and keeping on the straight and narrow.
So it pretty much seems to be a done thing at the front of the field, with Snyders having it in the bag. Henk Lateghan still mixing it up with the 1600cc cars and the only remaining car in S1400.
Yes, he'll do a 6th overall time on the stage.
That's absolutely amazing if you think about it. Warner Janssen van Rensburg currently in 6th position overall and still has the hammer down.
Yes, he managed a creditable 3rd fastest time on the stage. And sadly, he'd fall out because of engine problems.
Guy Bottrell at the moment still struggling, as you say, with engine problems, Etienne.
Yes, but still doing very, very well. He did a 0.4 seconds slower than 3rd place overall.
Completing the top 10, it's Roland Hemmel with Marco, his brother, in the hot seat next to him, in 10th place.
Yes, he's holding it together nicely and some valuable kilometers behind him.
Brett Weston in 9th position, still holding on there as well.
Driving very cautiously through the water. You never know what's hidden below that water.
And Guguzulu still soldiering on, but outside the top 10. So Snyders wins that stage by 2.1 seconds and thereby virtually cementing his victory with one more stage to go. Stage 11, the final stage of the event. Harlow World Toyota 2 over just 4.67 kilometers, and the crowd awaiting the final outcome of this event. Snyders, can he keep it together? He leads, but anything can still happen.
Not taking any chances, going flat out on the stage.
Haig Smith in 2nd position overall. Now he's got to make up something like 33 seconds, but I don't think that that's possible. And in fact, he goes slower by 0.3 of a second. Craig Trott in 3rd place.
Going all out here, he's got a charging Bottrell behind him.
And in fact, he goes 3rd fastest in the stage. Henk Lateghan We've said it, the star of the show, currently in 6th overall after Mona Janssen van Rensburg retired after the previous stage.
And Hans Himmel managing a very good 5th overall.
Very solid performance from him. Also Buttrell, taking into account the engine struggles that he's had, 4th overall at this point.
Not been able to catch Trott on the stage, unfortunately.
And Roland Himmel in 10th place overall, holding up the Himmel name inside the top 10 there.
Good finish with valuable seat time.
Clint Weston into the final stage, 9th overall, but unfortunately he would run into problems.
And head back gearbox a little bit further in stage.
And he would retire without setting a time. Gugu Zulu now moving into the top 10.
A finish nevertheless, although they had a lot of problems in this rally.
Christoph and Celeste Snyder's taking their 2nd consecutive victory.
This was home soil, so I reckon we had an advantage here and we absolutely used it.
Good battle with Chris. No, we enjoyed. We took the points in the end, but we did fight to work to the end. So he's got a well-deserved win, definitely.
In the end, a relatively easy victory by Christoph Snyder's over Ashley Eric Smith. And look at that, Henk Latergan taking 5th overall and winning S1400. Smiles and celebrations on the podium for Christoph and Celeste Snyder. As far as the drivers' standings are concerned, Christoph Snyder's extends his lead to 12 points now over Craig Trott and Ashley Eric Smith in 3rd place. Celeste Snyder's the same margin over Robbie Coetzee, Hilton Offray in 3rd.
With back-to-back victories, the Snyder Polo is a class to count for in this year's Junior Rally Championship. Ashley Haig Smith and the rest of the field have their work cut out for them at the next rally on the 10th and 11th of June in Gauteng.
And as the sun sets over round 3, we look forward to that Toyota dealer Gauteng rally.
On the 10th and 11th of June, we're starting the Toyota Gauteng dealer rally in near the Carnival City facility at Carnival Toyota. And on Friday the 10th, we will do a stage at Carnival City itself, which will draw a huge crowd of people. Then we're moving into a special stage in a village very near to the Carnival City as well. And after that, we will be doing 2 longer gravel stages and then get back to Carnival City for the Friday evening recess. Then on Saturday morning, the rally will start again from Carnival Toyota. We will move to do repeat stages in that area, and then the whole rally will move towards the Bobsfontein area where the rally will finish on Saturday afternoon at the Rally Star Motorsport Academy facility, where we're going to have a absolute incredible super special where 2 cars at a time compete, and we're expecting a field of up to 80 competitors, so the spectators will have a field day.
Certainly plenty to look forward to on the Toyota Dealer Gauteng rally in June, so if you're in the area, don't miss it. This South African National Junior Rally Championship action was proudly brought to you by Ferodo, Ford,